We're pleased to be joined tonight by the counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, great to have you with us. And the president taking steps toward reining in North Korea, his executive order of sanctions, at the same time the diplomacy that Mr. Trump has led with Xi Jinping paying off with the announcement by the central bank that they would constrain doing business with the North Koreans. Quite a day.
It's quite a day, Lou, and let's not lose sight of the fact that President Trump issued his executive order against North Korea right there at the United Nations General Assembly meeting. And I think this is incredibly important in what's been a consequential week for our president, really taking aim at our nation's sovereignty, saying America first will always be his guiding principle, and that he actually recommends other countries do the same. And when it comes to North Korea today, the president putting even more teeth into what has become twice a 15-0 UN Security Council vote to sanction North Korea. The president saying, taking aim, speaking their language, knowing where it would hurt, and their shipping, their trade practices, basically giving people a choice. You deal with North Korea or you deal with the U.S., but you can't do both. And these economic sanctions are severe. Military options still on the table, but really deepening the economic sanctions. And I think China blinked today. I think it's a relationship that the president has established with China that is forcing China to act according to the will of this president.
Let me turn to the unmasking scandal and why there is not a Justice Department investigation underway right now into Susan Rice, Samantha Power, the UN ambassador, the national security advisor under President Obama. Why isn't there an investigation?
Well, perhaps there will be, because I just think that the explosive revelations, even in today's news, Lou, that Samantha Power was basically requesting one unmasking per day for most of 2016. It's just a remarkable number. It's unheard of. And, you know, it grew at a clip, I'm sure, for all of them after Donald Trump unexpectedly beat Hillary Clinton. That you know what happened during those transitional months when everybody was rushing around Washington to sprinkle intelligence around. And so, you know, and they lied. These people lied. They can't get their story straight.
Yeah,
they all attack
President
Trump.
For crying out loud, the director of national intelligence, James Clapper, not only couldn't get his story straight, he's lied and lied and lied, and today acknowledges, well, maybe he was lying when he said, well, anything is possible. I mean, this has reached a level where the entire administration of Barack Obama is suspect.
Well, and Lou, then let's keep the investigations going. Remember, it's Team Obama and it's the mainstream media, their friends there, who by and large have been criticizing this president's claim of surveillance and this president's claims that this president questioning openly about the unmasking of innocent Americans. And they've been pushing back from day one of the president doing that. That's 6.5 months ago when he first said it. But now
you call it pushing back. I call it subversion outright. What they have been carrying.
Let's continue these investigations, Lou, and let's start
let's investigate the right stuff and the right people. Let me ask you quickly. The president going to Alabama. It's an unprecedented step for a sitting president to intervene in a primary election. What are the risks for him politically?
Well, the president is 5 for 5 in special elections so far since he got here. And the difference in all of those races that were very geographically disparate, very demographically different, is that the president and the vice president got involved, put the manpower on the ground. There's nothing quite like the hum of Air Force One coming to a state near you and giving the presidential imprimatur. It's not just that he's intervening in a primary.
Well, remember, there's one other difference.
There's a sitting U.S. senator. He's a sitting U.S. senator who's been supportive of this president's agenda in his 6 months on the job here.
You're talking about Luther Strange.
That's right.
He's also been unsupportive of the president preceding that. So it's an interesting decision. No angst, no uncertainty about whether or not putting the president's prestige on the line is a question for the White House.
Well, the president's also a loyal person. He endorsed Luther Strange in early to mid-August, and he's following through on that. And again, we've got important things here, like repealing and replacing Obamacare.
Will Mitch McConnell reciprocate, Kellyanne? loyalty and that fondness?
I have no idea. I certainly hope so, because he's the Republican leader. I think he will, insofar as he's behind Graham Cassidy. He's helping with tax reform.
Kellyanne,
look, the president is willing.
Peace.
Look, the president. This is the president's agenda.
I know.
But wait, but I want to make something very clear.
I know.
Donald Trump's ideas prevailed, and the left's ideas failed a year ago. This is Donald Trump's program, and people should get with the program or get out of the way.
Kellyanne, por favor. We thank you so much. We always appreciate talking with you.